This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis, Ferreira, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, Dylan C, Hannah Green, Noralia, Jordan Gower, and Geof Searles. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Callum K. and Jonathan to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. We really, truly appreciate it. In this episode, we're talking about Chapter 28 of Knife of Dreams.
Yeah, Chapter 28 is in Malden. And we are here.
We're in Malden.
We're starting things.
Things are started.
Yes.
Things have started, and then I had to stop.
Yes, you did.
It fooled me. I was like, here we go. Okay, finally.
But it's
finally rescue time.
Pump the brakes a little bit here. We gotta, it's been such a slow burn. It's been books.
It's still burning.
We can't do it in one chapter.
No.
So.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
And why would you let me read 2 chapters?
It was the number of pages. I've already explained myself. I have no time.
I know, but
no time.
We're upset with you over here.
Yeah, that's okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I just wanted to let you know that before we started here, my palm was itchy.
Yes.
On my left hand.
You were concerned about that.
And I was like, what does that mean? And
yeah.
You were like, I don't know, dry skin? And I was like, no. I'm going to look it up. I think it means something.
Okay.
So.
I'm ready for this because.
Okay. Yeah. Itchy palms, an old superstition stemming from the Middle Ages.
Okay.
Having itchy palms is said to mean you are about to gain or lose money.
Oh, well, it's us, so it's for sure we're going to lose money.
Yeah. Careful not to scratch that itch, though, or you'll risk blocking that money from finding you.
Or leaving? Are you supposed to scratch?
If you scratch it, then you won't get the money, maybe.
But what if you're going to lose money?
Okay, well, here's another website.
Sure.
That I like a little better.
Okay.
This is from WikiHow, Paranormal Beliefs.
Good.
Because it was my left hand.
Of course.
And so
yeah.
I looked into more specifically. It's often related to money. Some traditions say that an itchy left hand is considered bad luck for a masculine person, but good luck for a feminine person.
Okay, I like that.
And scratching the itch with wood can improve your luck, according to some superstitions.
All right, that's good. So, okay, do it. Well, you have to do it.
I did. I already scratched it
on
with
the wood. Okay, the wood table?
Mm-hmm. And
okay.
Some say itchy palms are a sign of greed. So I don't know.
It's a little bit all
And
that.
This one says eczema.
Yeah.
Or psoriasis or allergies.
Or skin cancer, you know? It's all it's all related. It's all connected.
Okay, do you have other facts for us?
I do have one that's a little bit different, not so much related to itchy palms.
No, that was just a impromptu fact.
A little bit. I was hoping for something more chapter related, but what I got for you today, we have a new chapter symbol.
Okay, yeah, it's a weird one.
Well, yeah, it's a blacksmith's puzzle.
Oh, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, wait. No, have we seen this before? A blacksmith's puzzle?
Well,
that was a chapter title.
Yeah, so we did have a chapter title called Blacksmith's Puzzle. But
it wasn't this symbol?
No, it was back in Crossroads of Twilight.
Yeah.
And the chapter symbol, I looked it up, was the 2 ravens.
Well, that's dumb.
It
should have been the blacksmith's
puzzle. This
one
in Malden is the Blacksmith's Puzzle chapter symbol.
And not 2 ravens.
Not 2 ravens, exactly. You get it. Perfect.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go, Fail.
Yeah, so...
Let's go!
Well, I wanted to look up a little bit about the history of blacksmith's puzzles because they're actually a real thing.
Oh, right. Fun facts.
The fun fact. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. But they actually go by a few different names, not just like blacksmith's puzzles. They also go by tavern puzzles, disentanglement puzzles, entanglement puzzles, tanglement puzzles, wire puzzles, nail puzzles, ring and string puzzles. There's lots of different variations and types and subcategories and different categories of puzzles. And a lot of these that you can find today are actually reproductions of the type of puzzle traditionally forged by blacksmiths. And they were sometimes used to amuse friends at country taverns and inns, hence the tavern puzzle's name.
Of course.
So, I can't really pin down like where they were created or what century they were created in because they're puzzles and they're all over the place. But a lot of the early versions would often be made using scrap metal or repurposed nails or horseshoes, wire, things like that. Now, as for the image in the chapter symbol itself, today I looked at a lot of interlocking metal puzzles, like a lot, like probably too many, and I don't think it's an actual replica of anyone in particular, but I can tell that it's definitely a complicated one compared to a lot of the puzzles that I saw on the internet.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
here's a fun fact for you. Some of the books have an About the Author section, and they contain a chapter symbol icon sometimes. And Robert Jordan's is the heron mark sword pointing downwards. That's a symbol that's chosen for him.
Okay.
And Brandon Sanderson specifically chose this blacksmith's puzzle as a symbol for his section.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Do we know why?
I don't know why.
If I ever
He
meet
liked
Brandon
it.
Sanderson, I'm going to ask him.
You're like, hey,
That's my question for Brandon Sanderson.
cool symbol.
Someone else might know the answer, but I want him to tell me.
Yeah, and I didn't find the answer in my brief search, but that is the symbol used. So there you go.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, now let's get into Malden.
In Malden. Well, first, we got to talk about this map.
Oh, yeah, you were disappointed.
Well, I was like, ooh, map. And then I started looking at it, and I was like,
Map?
this map gives us nothing.
Yeah, well, it kind of gives you like a little bit.
Not really.
Gives you like, here's the town, the city.
Here's
right?
half of it that's burned.
And also, it's really bad because in the book, literally the important part is in the crease of the book. So I can't even open the book enough to really look at the picture. But you can kind of see the Shido camp is like there.
Yeah, there's an aqueduct.
And you can see the 4 little windmills.
Okay.
Right? So like there are some things.
Sure.
Overall, not super helpful.
Like, I was like, why do I need to know this?
Well, I mean, you can also see like the fortress in the north section of the city.
I know.
And then the south side is burned.
Uh-huh.
But like that's basically all we got.
You are really grasping at straws.
Yeah.
Trying to
I'm
make
trying
this
hard here.
worth something. It is not.
It's a
for
map,
me.
you know.
Nah. Usually maps are like labeled and they're like, and you're like, oh, this is where they are. And
yeah.
No.
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 They're in Malden.
Uh-huh.
They're in it.
But they started out not in Malden.
Right.
Right.
Because the Shido camp is not just, it's outside.
They have to walk into Malden.
They have to enter the city. Yeah. It's kind of the point.
Okay.
All right.
We don't even have like a gate labeled or anything.
No.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
Lots of scratchy marks.
Yeah. It's burned.
All over the place.
Burned.
Yeah, and farms or something?
Yeah, those are farms.
Okay.
Like around the, yeah.
Okay.
You get it.
Okay. Now, Fail is in her tent with Alejandra and Magden/Morgaze.
Yes, correct.
They're finishing getting dressed, and the sun isn't quite up yet, and they're clearly getting ready.
Yeah, we are.
Getting ready. Getting ready.
Is that a song?
Yeah, from High School Musical 3.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They're getting ready
I'm scared.
for the night of nights.
All right.
It's been a long time since I sang High School Musical on this podcast.
Yeah, it has been.
Bringing it back, guys.
Okay. I hope we can go another many books without it again.
Really?
Anyways, well, I don't.
You just don't want me to sing.
Well, you know, there's that, but also I don't get the reference.
Okay.
I didn't see that movie.
Well, I feel like you did.
I blocked
feel like
it out of my
you've seen
memory.
it. Spencer and I went and saw it in the theaters.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, there's no time.
No.
We gotta go.
Yes. Your
But-
reference is as obscure as this woman who comes in.
Yeah.
We heard about her one time.
Okay. She comes in, tries to ruin everything.
She's a lousy snitch.
Basically, yeah.
And that's what we heard about her last time. Was like, oh, she's the lousy snitch who snitches on everybody. So she's a snitch.
Yeah, that's why she has such good favor with Savannah.
Yeah, because literally she's like almost just under the high seat of a house in Kyrie, and that's what she used to be.
Yeah.
And now she's just a snitch.
Uh-huh.
So it kind of makes the next scene. I have a problem with Alejandra this entire chapter.
Oh, really?
Well, she's basically an idiot the whole time. It's just like everything she says and does is like she's the dumb comic relief of the situation.
I wouldn't say dumb.
I mean, okay.
Why? What makes it dumb?
Okay, so let's go through the scene because the woman's like, I have to go now because I didn't put a book back or something.
And then right away, Morgaze is like, she's lying.
Yeah, and
But then Alejandra immediately like clamps her hand over the woman's mouth.
Well, no, first Fail yanks her back.
Yeah.
Into the tent and drags her to the ground, and then the other two women dogpile her.
Yeah.
To jump on her. But then Alejandra's like, how did you know? How did you know she was lying?
Yeah.
And when Magden's like, well, because like her face, her reaction, the thing she said doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like we know she's a snitch. She snitches on people.
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to keep going here? And it's like, obviously the liar's a lying liar. Like,
right.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, and because she caught us here looking all guilty,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
hmm
There's like a whole bunch of
There are
reasons.
several times this chapter that Fail thinks that Alejandra must be shamed because this lousy lady's maid
Yeah.
has more courage and is more queenly than she is.
The other queen,
The
yeah.
other queen. Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's because she's a queen.
Yeah, it's fun.
Fail.
Not a queen.
Oh, she whispered to the air that she's
Yeah,
not a queen.
You get it. You get it.
Right.
Okay. Not
was,
the queen.
Was a queen.
Was a queen. Yeah.
All right. But I do like when Alejandra's like, let's kill her.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, Alejandra.
It's like a totally normal, like very casual conversation. It's like Magdan's like, where would we even hide the body? And Alejandra's like, I don't know. Where would we hide the body?
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
going
know.
to get in trouble. Someone's going to see us hiding a body.
Yeah,
if
like we
kill
got to
her.
hide the body and making sure it's not found for at least a day. So like,
Yeah.
where would we even put it?
And then Fail's like, no, we're not killing her.
But only because there is no place that could hide the body for a day.
Right.
Because the last time we actually met this woman, Fail did also have the thought, like, can't just kill her, we would be found out.
Want to kill her, though.
Want to kill her, can't.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Okay, so Fail's like, plans changing. So she heads out to go find Bane and Chiad, who are waiting for her as planned, but then she sees what made this other woman suspicious in the first place.
Yeah.
Because 40 Guy Shine are just like hanging out nearby.
Yes. This
And
is
it's
actually pretty crazy.
Like all the people who have sworn to Fail.
Well, here's the crazy thing. The 40 people who are here, it's not a tenth of the people who are sworn to her.
Yeah.
So that means Fail has amassed over 400 people that are sworn to her.
You know, she is an impressive leader.
It's pretty good. Like, it's pretty
I know.
kind of crazy.
I know. If I knew anything about Taviran, I would say she also could just slip in there as a Taviran.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But also, here's the thing. If you want your plan about escaping to be actually kept secret,
Oh, yeah.
like, don't
do this.
Don't have this many people know the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, except that she kind of had to get the message out that they're leaving and that they'll come back for them.
Yes.
Because if 400 people are sworn to you and you just escape without telling anybody that, like, that looks bad.
Also bad.
Yeah.
Well, if you're actually gone, then,
Then you're gone.
Then you're gone. But
Yeah, what do you need 400 people sworn to you for?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So she's like, what are you doing here, guys?
Yeah.
What's going on?
We just wanted to say bye.
Yeah. Well, it's actually kind of cute because this is Theral, the son of the guy, but he's the kid.
The one who got the oath rod in the first place.
He's the one who actually did the job that she had to do.
Yep.
He's the one who actually did it. So good for him. And he's the guy who wants to be like, okay, bye.
We'll
see you soon.
Okay, bye. And then she's like, Kate.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Go. So Fail is like, Kate, Bane and Chiad, we need your help inside the tent. You gotta take care of something for us.
Yeah.
And then we also learn that Fail, Alejandra, and Magdan have a laundry basket each.
Yes.
That are piled up with dirty Guy Shine robes, but also
on the top, but underneath,
full of supplies.
All the stuff. And it's actually, like, I went through the list, and it's actually a pretty impressive list of stuff they were able to get. So,
yeah, I noted yeast.
I know. It's like hatchet, sling, snares. That's good for hunting. Flint and steel, good for fire. Flour, meal, beans, salt, yeast. And it's like, that's great
Bacon
for
bread.
Yeah. And then some coin. They got money too. It's like, what? You have literally everything. Because she's like, I don't know how long we're going to be on our own. So like, that's actually very impressive what she's put together.
Yeah, well, they've been here for 54 days.
That's true. And they all have knives. And if you recall, Fael already got super punished for having a knife that she got caught with.
Mm-hmm.
But now we also forgot to mention they tied up the woman inside the tent.
Oh, yeah?
They like cut off strips of the the blanket.
Oh, yeah. They trussed her up.
Yeah. Exactly. So, but anyways, back to it.
But
so Bane and Chiad.
They didn't kill her, so.
No, they didn't. But they got to go take care of that situation.
Well, that's all right.
So.
Bane's going to wear her like a backpack. So
I know. It's so funny, too. Like, that's actually a pretty funny scene.
Bundles her up in like a sack on her back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they come out with her on the back. It's like, that looks like a woman-sized package on your back.
Don't worry, she'll be still.
Yeah, it's like, why? How? Because, like, obviously...
I threatened her life. That's
but
why.
also... But
and then they laugh about it?
Technically not. Well, but here's the thing. Because as guys shine, they can't do any harm and won't do any harm.
Yeah.
So what she said was, I would be very upset if I have to harm you. But in, like, an actual way, because that would incur a lot...
Of tow.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, because the plan has changed a little bit, Bane and Chiad are not coming with them to the meeting place.
Right, because they were supposed to, like...
They have to go do something with this lady.
Yeah, and Bane and Chiad were supposed to be, like, the guides to kind of help throw off the scent of anyone who tries to cause trouble, because in the back of File's mind, this whole chapter is like, what happens if Roland shows up?
Yeah,
or literally any other Aiel.
Any other group of dudes who are just assaulting women all over the freaking place here.
Because it's happening more and more and more. So it's not a good situation.
Right.
Did you catch the little thing, that the message that Bane has for Gaul?
Uh-huh.
About Chiad?
Chiad is Gaishain to a man with strong hands whose heart is fire.
Right.
And he'll know what that means.
Yeah, because keep in mind, Gaul likes Chiad, not Bane.
Mm-hmm.
And Bane's pretty indifferent towards Gaul, but like, Chiad seems like maybe there's a little something, but Gaul's on his way right now because he's got to try and get them as Gaishain.
Yeah, reclaim them or something.
Basically,
yeah.
More or less. It's pretty close.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But Fael doesn't understand the message at all, because she's like, no effing way does Chiad like this guy, man, Derek, the guy that Bane is talking about.
No.
He's like a drunk with bad breath, and it's like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Bane is just like poking. Poking.
Just effing a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
With Gaul.
Yeah.
So now it's time for them really to get moving, and they make their way through the camp, and then they meet up with Lucille and Arella.
Yeah, the Chafael
women.
Yeah.
And they explain to them that Bane and Chiad won't be joining them, so they're on their own from here.
Yeah, so we got the 5 of them now.
Okay, so off we go. We're headed through the city.
We're headed through the camp
to go the city.
To go into Malden, if you will. Yeah.
And then we get there. Relatively uneventfully.
Yeah, no, we do.
Actually, to a point where it's like, we haven't seen anybody, and we probably should have seen some people.
Yeah, but that's like a little bit later. They're still early enough where it's like, okay, this was the plan, was to get here before anyone's here. And just for the record, because I like to talk about infrastructure, so the gates of Malden are open and basically haven't been cared for at all, and they're rusted so badly they like don't close anymore.
And there's like nests on top of them.
Yeah. It's kind of like the aqueduct where it's like the Aiel aren't big on maintaining infrastructure because they just don't understand. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, so they got here early because they don't want anyone seeing them here, but it is pretty uneventful.
So then they get to the section of the city that isn't burned, and it's a little bit abandoned.
Yeah. And spooky.
Yeah.
It's spooky. There's like the children's toys on the ground, like the doll. Probably like a swing, like swaying.
Ooh, that is spooky.
But there's no wind. It's like, whoa.
That's too spooky.
Ghosts on the swing.
No.
And there's ghosts around, so like maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There is no swing, actually, but it's that level of spookiness.
Have we seen ghosts here? We've just had weird ripples that threaten to
make
us not exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Threaten our existence.
We don't think ghosts.
Okay.
I don't think so.
No. All right, so then finally we make it to the abandoned inn where Fael has stashed away the oath rod. And I think, oh my gosh, okay, finally, we're here doing something.
Yeah.
Right? Because it took us a long time in the chapter to even get to this point.
That's true.
So we get to the place where she stashed away the oath rod. There's lots of description of this place.
Well, it's actually, and it's so funny too. It is. I gotta go over it because it's such a funny description. Because Fael thinks to herself, like, this is as good of a hiding spot as I could find. And it's like you're literally in the abandoned part of town. Nobody goes here. It's in an abandoned inn. And there's not even like a sign on the inn anymore. And it's hidden underneath one of the staircases in like a little nook where you have to reach like down and under. And you can't even see where it's hidden. It's like, yeah, this is a good hiding spot.
Yeah.
There's no way anyone could possibly find this.
No.
Unless they literally followed you.
Yes.
And saw you put it here. Because even if they knew the inn, like they wouldn't find it here. There's like no way. Anyways.
No, I agree. But anyway, she retrieves it. They're all like, oh, good, we have it. And Aleandra's all, what is it?
Yeah.
And then Fael tells them it must be an Angreal or a Turangreal since Galina wants it so badly.
It's pretty good logic.
Yeah. And then Magdan's like, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Like, so definitely could be. So
I've been told anyway. Yeah. I don't really know anything about any of that.
But they say they have odd feelings, and that's what it feels
and then there's a big whole thing about how Fael thinks that Magdan probably did go to the tower and got kicked out.
Yeah, because it's like the whole shame thing, and we know that, and we know they know that Magdan can channel, but like barely
only
any.
A tiny little bit.
Yeah, but I can also kind of understand it, where it's like, if you did get kicked out because you're so weak, you might not want to talk about that, because it's like, oh, I tried out for the Olympics, and they said, get the fuck out of here because you're so bad. I probably just like wouldn't mention that I tried out, because it's like kind of embarrassing that they're like, oh, you're so bad.
Tried out for the Olympics.
You should just leave.
What sport?
Doesn't matter. Any of them. They would tell me to leave, and I'd be like, I didn't do that.
Yeah. Because that's how people get into the Olympics. You
show up for the Olympics tryouts.
Just try it.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, no, you're not good enough. Get out of here.
You know, I love the theory when people talk about the Olympics and they're like,
put a regular person.
Put a regular person in.
Seriously.
Just beside the 100-meter dashers.
Right.
Just so I can really see how good these people are.
Yeah. Because otherwise I'm looking at the person in last place. I'm like, they're so slow. And it's like, that person is so fucking fast.
So fast.
So fast.
So fast. Same with the swimmers. Even like the gymnasts.
I know.
Get someone to try and do a pommel horse who's like literally never done it before.
Put me up there. I'll be the volunteer. Yeah.
Even just like a really mediocre gymnast, you know?
And they would put, and that's the thing. If it's like, okay, Brett's gonna try out as the regular person, and they're like, no, you suck so bad, you can't even be the average person. Like, you're worse than that.
Yeah.
That's what it would feel like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that would be much more interesting to watch.
Oh yeah. I agree. I've seen that before, and I like it. It's good.
Okay. But anyway, now it's time to head to the meeting place.
This is the point.
I want something actually interesting to happen.
Yeah, and this is the point when they're like, okay, now we should be seeing people.
I know. And the whole time, even leading up to this point, we're like almost halfway through the chapter.
Yeah.
And I've been holding my breath, and my heart's been a little bit racing, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen?
What do you think? Like, Perrin's going to turn the corner or something?
I don't know. Well, I thought maybe all of a sudden there'd be like wolves howling, or Galina is going to pop out or they're going to get caught, or like lots of things could happen.
Sure.
And literally nothing does.
Right. Okay. Yet. And like stuff happen. Okay, anyways, let's get there.
Not really.
Let's go to the burned down portion of the city.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, we got there. Hooray.
Hey, there's the place we should go.
There's the place with the red flappy.
And like, why do we want to go in there? It looks like it's going to fall down on us.
It's so funny, too. It's so funny.
And then Galina's like, 'cause I said so.
Yeah, don't worry. It's totally safe. I inspected it.
Yeah.
But even just like Fael's reaction to that is like, yeah, but like we could meet in a different building, or like right here.
Here you go.
Here's the thing. What's the plan now?
And Galina's like, no. And they all follow her. They could.
You know what?
Just trust their instincts.
Because Alejandra.
Oh, yeah. Why?
Well, because she's like, what? She says like, if it's going to get us out of here, then let's go get it over with, basically. And then they all kind of go on in. So I'm blaming Alejandra again. Mm-hmm. And then they see Galina go in, and then she goes into the basement
downstairs
immediately. And it's like, whoa, that's weird too. But like, let's follow. Okay, here's some advice for everyone.
Don't follow.
There's no reason. You never need to follow anyone into any basement.
Creepy abandoned building
that
basement.
You don't know. Like that's even like a regular basement. If you don't know them, don't go in the basement.
Don't do it.
That's where
Although they do know Galina, and they think she's gonna help them here,
which is crazy. Everything they've seen about Galina. Doesn't make sense.
I know. Even up to the point later. Well, we'll get there.
I could relate it to the way we kind of talked about Rand being so desperate for a truce with the Shanshan that he's willing to block out a lot of logic in his brain about why this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And
they are very desperate to escape. Because even at one point, Fael's like, where is Perrin? He should be rescuing me by now.
And she's like, no, don't think it. It's better that he's not here because he's going to get himself killed. So... And she doesn't want to have to use Roland to get out, but like that's still a backup option.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, that's a better option than this.
Yeah. But again, the desperation, it's a powerful motivator.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we're going into the creepy basement.
Yeah.
Except we didn't mention the enter from stage right.
Oh yeah, Galina.
Galina. She just shows up behind them to answer their question.
Right, literally pops up.
Yeah. All right, and I think that now is a good time for us to take a quick break before we head down into the creepy basement.
Exactly. Okay, good idea.
Okay, so off they go.
Yeah.
Into creepy basement.
Yeah, murder basement. That's where we go. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all here. It's a party.
Yeah. So Galina is like, hey, gimme.
Right.
Gimme.
Yes.
Give me it now. Give me it.
Yes. But also, I don't know. I don't know if I can actually touch it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because there's that whole thing.
I know. And I had that in my head, and I was kind of hoping she still couldn't touch it.
Yeah. So do you remember the specifics of that whole...
Let me see what I can remember.
Okay.
And you can let me know if I'm remembering it correctly.
Sure.
So Savannah made Galina swear on the oath rod to obey her.
Yes. And also Thurava and a bunch of the other wise ones.
And then Savannah and or Thurava...
Yeah.
told Galina that she was never allowed to pick up the oath rod.
Yes. That's correct.
And so Galina was thinking if somebody handed it to her, then that's not the same as her picking it up.
Yes, and we all know how the oaths apply. It's literally your interpretation of it.
Yes.
So if Galina thinks it's not the same thing, then it's not the same thing.
I know, and I was like kind of hoping.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's like, also, if I could like roll it onto my foot with my other foot and then like flip it upwards and catch it. Does that count?
She never even tried that.
She didn't even try it. She hasn't been trying enough stuff.
No, for sure not.
Yeah. Anyways, there's a little bit of tension. Fael can feel that. But then Galina's hand closes around it and it's like, okay. She's got it.
And then she jerks it away.
Yeah, it's like mine now. Mine.
And then she immediately is like, shh, what's that? Wait here.
It's so funny.
I'm going to go check. I think somebody's here. Just wait, guys.
Yeah. And then she like goes up the stairs out of the murder basement.
And Fael's like, I didn't hear anything. Shh. You can't hear. I'll go check.
Yeah, no, for sure. You guys all wait here. I'll be right back, I swear.
She runs away.
Yeah, she does. She scurries up the stairs.
Like, did you guys hear anything? And they're like, no. And Magdan's like, she wasn't holding the power.
Yeah, so
and
like
she
the
actually
senses.
has never held the power.
Right.
Since we've been here. But then suddenly,
the
building starts collapsing.
No! Who could have seen this coming? Not our group of adventurers.
No.
Nope.
It surprised me too a little bit.
I know.
It surprised me enough where I was like, oh no. But then I was like, yep, checks out.
Yep. Why is Galina oh, there she go. Yeah, she left. Okay. Yeah, which she's getting in a taxi and she's where's she going?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get out of the airport, Galina. Come on.
Yeah.
Come back now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
I was actually kind of hoping that Galina had some water this morning.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Some minty flavored water.
That's true. Okay.
And then maybe she would, even with the rod, she wouldn't be able to do anything. Like, I think that'd be an interesting twist.
Yeah. And technically, like, we haven't seen her do anything with it yet.
Well, how did the whole building collapse?
Well, we don't know.
Oh, I'm assuming Galina must have used the power.
Or just, like, pushed over a timber or something. Like, we don't actually know if she used the power or if that's something she can do.
Okay.
Because technically, she's not supposed to be able...
I feel like she went up there, immediately released herself.
Well, here's the thing. She's not allowed to embrace the power unless she's, like, told by one of the wise ones either. It's also one of the stipulations.
So then what's she gonna do with the oath rod? I thought she wanted it to break her oath.
She doesn't. So this is the whole thing. There's another oath rod in the tower, and we know that Galina knows that, but they've never encountered another oath rod before, and she couldn't be sure if this oath rod is the oath rod that's needed to remove the oaths from her.
Yeah.
Or if a different oath rod could also remove the oath. So she needs to get this one.
So my assumption while I was reading this was she went up there, released herself, used the power, blew up the house, and left.
That is not immediately clear.
Okay, because I didn't think that her just like physically pushing down a beam would cause this much damage, and there's no way that Galina would know that pushing down one beam would cause this much
unless she
damage.
rigged the building beforehand. She's had a lot of time to prepare.
But how? How could she have rigged the building by hand beforehand?
We don't know. We don't know enough.
No, I really think that she used the power here.
You know what? If that's your opinion,
it's so specific that the stairs are covered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
And here's the thing. You're allowed to have your opinion.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I do
That's
have
okay.
it. I do have it. Well, that's just like my interpretation while I was reading. I didn't even know that was up for debate.
Yeah. Well, it is. And we're not clear. We don't know for sure. So.
Okay. Seems pretty clear to me.
Okay. Okay, anyways. So they're trapped in the murder basement. Oh, no.
Like, oh, no. And I was like, okay, maybe they can just climb up.
Yeah.
Just climb through.
Nope. So here's the thing about buildings collapsing. There's a lot of stuff that goes into building buildings.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Right. And I mean, it's important to note that nobody is seriously injured.
Which is also very, that's
miraculous.
Like a little bit. Like, there's the crashing, minutes go by, the dust settles, and Fael looks around. It's like, everybody okay?
Like something fell on her shoulder.
Yeah, like she's got
Alejandra's got a cut on her head.
Yeah. But nobody's, like, actually impaled, broken leg. Dead. Things like that.
Mm-hmm. And this is where Alejandra...
Also stupid Alejandra.
Calls out for Galina.
Galina, help us!
The building collapsed! Galina! She's crying. Like, she's just...
Yeah.
Well, it's when, you're right, you're so desperate, and we didn't talk about this before, but Alejandra, when they were leaving the Aiel camp, was grinning like an idiot.
That's
and
true.
couldn't stop herself from smiling. And the whole time I was like, oh my god, Alejandra does not have anxiety.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going through with some kind of plan that has a lot at stake,
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh my god, I'm so happy, today's the day. My
and
mind
not
is
even
like,
just me trying to escape from my kidnappers.
yeah.
This is a
Not
pretty
even
big. The kidnappers who are like really good at bringing you back
when you escape.
when
Even
you
the people
escape.
who have successfully left,
they get brought back.
they get brought back.
Yeah.
Right? And so this isn't just like, oh, I have a really big work meeting.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good meeting. I really think it's going to go well. But my brain is always like, what are all the things that could go wrong here?
It's like so many things can go wrong with this plan, Alejandra. And she's like, it's escape day. We're escaping today. It's
Yeah.
like, no, you're fucking not.
What are you, like,
No.
you're not even close.
Yeah.
Yet.
You're in the middle of the camp still.
Yeah.
You are very much not escaped.
So this is Alejandra's downfall.
Right.
Where she's like, oh my god, it's not escape day. This is her like breakdown.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, because
like,
File's like, so here's the thing.
She gone.
She's not coming, but I'm pretty sure,
she trapped us.
Pretty sure this was the plan. Actually, File doesn't even think, she's like, maybe.
She doesn't say it out loud. She doesn't mention the possibility that Galina set this whole thing up because she doesn't want to admit it to herself.
That's true,
because then
too.
that would be like admitting that she was stupid and wrong.
You fell for the whole thing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And so she says she's gone. Maybe she's trapped somewhere. Maybe she's dead.
Well, no, and then she's like, well, with us trapped and possibly dead, then Galina has an excuse to legitimately
leave us behind.
Because she still thinks that Galina operates as an Aes Sedai who can't lie.
Yeah.
And Galina said that she'll take them with her.
Yeah.
But if we're dead, then that changes things.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so now the question is, what do we do about this?
Right.
So Fail and Magdan say at the same time, we dig ourselves out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Faye looks at Magdan and is like, whoa, you also have like leadership
Queenly.
abilities. Wow.
And Alejandra's like, yes. And if we fail, I'm not going to die wearing this.
Yeah.
It takes her belt off and throws it across the room.
But then this is like
And
the
then
one I'm
Faye's
talking
like,
about, the comic relief like craziness.
No.
We're going to need that to get, like, we're still in the middle of we're going to need that belt. And Alejandra's like, haha, okay. And goes and gets it, like picks it back up. And then Faye's like, okay, well, maybe we don't have to wear them right now. So they all like take them off. It's such a weird, funny, like comic relief scene. I don't know. It's like a little bit crazy.
We're like literally life or death and we're talking about our jewelry right now. Like,
well, and I get that there's like some panic and it's like, haha, we're trapped under a building. We're probably going to die here.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand that too, where it's like, maybe we're not completely rational in our thoughts. Like, I can understand that. But it's just like Alejandra's like that freaking, she's the one who has to say all the funny things that you're like, oh, geez.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. And then so Fail looks around at all the wreckage and thinks it's a lot like one of those blacksmith's puzzles that Perrin likes.
Right. You guys gotta figure out how to pull the right things and not get crushed to death.
That's all.
It's a fun little puzzle.
Okay, so
there you go.
They try to shift the debris slowly and carefully. They're sort of making a path that they might be able to crawl through, and it's slow going and dangerous. And they kind of have to jump out of the way of like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it goes on for like a while.
But at one point, Fail hears wolves howling.
Yeah.
And that usually makes her think of Perrin, but not right now because we are focused on our work.
On our fun puzzle.
Yeah, and we are not in the north end of the city.
No, we're in the south side.
Where we're supposed to be for the rescue.
But it's like definitely wolves and it's definitely Perrin.
And it's definitely go time.
It's definitely go time.
Yeah.
100%. It's go time.
So after a long time and a lot of work, Alejandra yanks a board free.
And again, it's Alejandra again.
I didn't realize how many times it's Alejandra.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry for pointing it out. Because
Yeah.
like generally like I like Alejandra. Like
Yeah.
But it's just this chapter, man, does her dirty. Like it's not good.
But anyway, the whole thing shifts and collapses, and now it's like all...
It's worse.
It's worse.
Yeah. It's like everything is more collapsed. But
they can see some sunlight and some gaps up to the street level.
Exactly. Yeah, so they get sunlight.
Yeah.
They can't crawl through it still.
No.
But it's like they can see.
Yeah. Yeah, and Fail thinks, well, maybe if somebody lifted me up, I might be able to get through here, but, like, not with this, like, basically broken arm.
Yeah, like, it's not good. She's not dead, but...
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can see the red scarf that Galina used to mark this building.
And didn't take down before she left.
Didn't take down, because why would she?
Well, no one's coming to this side of the city, too. Which is fair. Like, there's no reason also, because we did get that as an explanation. There's literally, nobody comes into the city anymore, except the guy Shine, pretty much, to get the water.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be here.
No.
And there's no reason to be in the burned down
one thing on the map you
center.
can see is like a pool of water just below the fortress. There's like a little, you can see where they're like getting the water from.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Perfect.
And it's like right next to the edge of the town.
Perfect.
I did get that from the map.
Anyway, so here's the thing. There's the little red flag thingy.
Okay, so the only way that we're going to possibly escape from here is notifying somebody that we're down here.
Yes.
Now, we just established nobody comes here.
Right.
But you waving a flag, like who's what?
Yeah, so here's the thing. So this is the plan. Malden has the ability, technically, to channel.
Sort of.
Sometimes she can embrace Sidar, not really. And if she can embrace Sidar, sometimes she can channel, not really.
Yeah.
But also, we can also see the street, and we can see it. And my first instinct would be to start calling out.
Yes.
I would simply use my voice.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm down in this building.
Somebody walking by could look down and see you.
Or they might hear someone being like, hello, I'm trapped in the build. I'm trapped in this wreckage.
Yes.
Come save me.
Instead of trying to do the literal impossible.
Because they're like, hey, make the flag do something that it wouldn't do in the wind.
Right, like stand up straight and spin around.
Yeah.
So that someone's like, whoa, that's weird.
Yeah. I know. Like...
I know exactly what that was.
It's Carnival.
It's Carnival. Yeah.
If anyone's seen Simpsons.
That is what that is.
Okay.
That's great. Okay.
So that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know.
Well, and I mean, like, maybe somebody could see the weird scarf from further away than their voices could be heard.
And they'd be like, what's that scarf doing in the wind? Not something a scarf would do.
I don't know. I think they're all really at a loss. I'm like, we're laughing instead of crying because this is not the ending here we were hoping for.
Well, and I mean, like, I appreciate that they're not just giving up.
Yeah.
They are trying.
Especially when I was like, it's escape time. And this is how we, like, end the chapter.
This is not good.
And it's kind of like they're so excited. It's a little bit of a win that Morgaze is able to embrace the source and channel enough to make this scarf dance a little.
She does do it. Like, good on her for doing it.
And they're all, like, so excited. They're like, you can do it.
Yeah.
Go.
And if you don't do it, we're all going to die down here.
Yeah.
But not quickly, probably dying of thirst, which is slow and probably
And then they're
painful.
like, are you sure we want to be rescued by the shadow? Because
it's not going to be good.
It's not going to be great.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And they're like, well, it's better than dying.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, even Fael has a moment where she thinks, I'd rather be, like, naked and tied up and being tortured than being dead, because at least I could maybe one day see Perrin again.
Right.
But if I'm dead, I can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate they're all still trying really hard to not be dead.
And I mean, like, what?
Okay.
Do they just keep trying to pull wreckage apart?
That's the other thing is, like, what do we do also? Like, we do need to take a bit of a break, I guess, but we're going to run out of energy very quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say we're tiring her out.
Yeah, everybody's going to be exhausted really soon.
Okay.
Anyways.
And so am I supposed to be predicting that Perrin
is going to come to the south side of town and be like,
yeah, in the burned section.
What's that flag doing?
Well, he's going to tear the place apart till he finds her.
Yeah.
Like, he's not leaving until he does find her.
That's fair.
So, like, he's not just walking in, looking around, and being like, oh, she's not where that Aes Sedai told me she'd be.
Guess she's gone.
Guess I gotta go.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I think it'll be full search of even...
And, like, long-term search and then eventually find?
Yeah.
And pull the wreckage apart and it's like,
Hopefully they're not dead.
Hopefully not. Okay.
So I feel like maybe.
Sure.
Yeah. Because, when all seems lost, then our man comes to rescue us. It's a very Sailor Moon situation.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like Nynaeve.
Yeah.
In the water.
Yeah, land's there.
Comes to our man rescues us. Blah,
Perfect.
blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Didn't Perrin do this once before with the whole, like, hedgehog thing? It's been a while, but...
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I mean, he could, like, Wolf Dream search.
Could do that.
Like, where's Fael? It's the whole Teleranria thing.
Yeah.
It's literally a thing that can happen.
That power
that
that
is,
he has. No.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Okay.
that's a thing we could do.
Yeah. I really did want them to rescue themselves.
That's fair. And I can appreciate that. They just made a couple maybe not of the best decisions.
I know, but still, like, everything was going, like, they really, really planned well. Things were going well. I'm feeling good, confident in their abilities. Even if, like, a couple missteps with Galina.
Yeah.
I was hoping they could pull themselves out of this.
And you know what? We're not done yet.
I know.
This is not over.
I know, but the fact that they're just, like, sitting down and hoping somebody comes by to rescue them at this point
Yeah.
doesn't instill a lot of
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
hope.
Fair.
I wish I felt more hopeful.
Okay. Well, we're not done this chapter yet.
No,
We got one more thing to talk about.
we do.
Okay.
I am a fan of a Galina chapter.
It's good.
A perspective, I mean. Like, I kind of like it.
Oh, yeah.
She's so full of herself.
I love it
wild.
too. It's good. Okay.
Okay, so Galina is hustling, keeping her head down. She doesn't have any of her jewelry on. She doesn't want to be recognized.
Yeah, she stashed it away
Yeah.
in the plan. Yes.
And so she's making her way out of Malden, past all the guy shine coming in for water.
Yeah.
So that is happening, even though earlier it was like, where are all the guy shines who are supposed to be coming in for water?
Yeah.
Turns out they are here.
Yeah. It was maybe a little bit of anxiety on the part of the
Maybe.
women. Like,
Okay.
maybe we're not exactly thinking straight.
Yeah. And now Galina thinks that Fail and the others are as good as dead if they weren't immediately crushed by the building, and now she is free.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that she has freed herself from the oath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yep.
Okay.
So she's not particularly happy that she had to leave Thorava alive, and then she starts daydreaming
Oh,
about... Now, okay, hold on. I'm confused, though, because... Is this a daydream or did this happen?
Oh, no, this is a daydream. So, okay, well, it's kind of like a nightmare, too, because she's thinking, so she got dressed while Thorava was asleep.
Yeah.
And then she had thoughts of like, oh, I'm going to stab her to death because obviously Galina really hates Thorava.
And I want her to see me stabbing her to death.
Yeah, exactly. But she didn't because also Galina's literally terrified of Thorava. But Galina, being like the,
Black Aja
black,
that she is.
red Aja that she is, can't even bring herself to like admit to herself that I am terrified and I just need to escape. I need to get away.
Okay.
So she's like, no.
So did she...
She did not kill Thorava.
No, I know she didn't.
Okay.
But did she have a knife over her and then drop it?
I doubt it.
Because that's what she's thinking about.
She is, but I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Mm.
I think that she friggin' ran, she hightailed it, and she wants to think to herself, like, I was gonna, and the only reason I didn't was because I didn't want to ruin my escape.
Right. Okay.
But I totally would have. I
Okay.
totally would have.
It kind of read to me like this is a scene that happened this morning.
Which is,
like
you
she
know,
was
maybe.
like standing over her, ready to kill her, and then like she drops the knife like she can't do it, and then she's all like ashamed of herself.
I think Galina is terrified.
Yeah, I think so too.
She's running.
I think so too.
I don't think she even had the nerve to hold it over her.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, suddenly, Galina hears wolves howling.
Yeah.
Wolves in every direction. And she stops in her tracks and realizes that she's walked right through the Gaishain portion of the camp, and she can see the ridge to the west of Malden.
Yeah.
And now there's thick fog curling along the whole length of it.
Yes.
And as far as she can see in either direction, there's fog, fog, fog.
Yes. And that's what Perrin told her. When you hear the wolves howling,
Yep.
and then when you see the fog, it's go time.
Yep. And she thinks the man had come.
Ah.
But she thinks it doesn't even matter because even if Perrin survives, he's not finding Fail.
Yes. And that's the big concern is like her getting outed.
Yep.
Right, with her clear and obvious lies. But
Yep.
anyways, thank the great Lord that I'm escaping.
Thank him,
That
for
being
sure.
the dark one, obviously.
Yes,
so.
yeah, oh, duh, of course.
Duh. But you know what we didn't talk about?
What?
I got a bone to pick with this sentence here.
Which one?
The one just a little while back. So while she's escaping with the oath rod in her sleeve, and Galina, the description is, she stroked the rod hidden in her sleeve and shivered with delight. Like, really? We're going to put those words in a sentence and make me read them with my own eyes?
Yeah, we are.
No.
That's not even the worst we've ever seen around
It's
here.
not, but come on. Come on. Come on. There are other options for words.
Well, at least we didn't finger anything this time.
Well, I mean, was that better or worse than
It's
stroking
worse.
the rod?
It's worse.
Okay.
Yep, it's worse.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Anyways, okay, also, thank the Great Lord that Thurava didn't forbid her from riding a horse because she has a bunch of hidden supplies, sounds like including a horse.
Yeah.
I don't know how you hide a horse.
And she's happy with letting all the fools die here today because she's finally free.
Free at last, free at last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds like she's getting away. Like, she's out. So, like, what I want to kind of get your thoughts on this, too, because we don't like Galina.
My
she's
only
super
thoughts
evil.
are, I'm annoyed that this happened.
Sure.
I don't want Fail and Morghese, and I guess Alejandra by extension, to be in this situation.
And the Chafail ladies who are also trapped in the basement.
they're also in there, too. I don't want this situation for them.
Yeah.
It feels bad. And I thought this was the chapter where the rescue attempt was happening.
Yeah.
And I was excited to read that.
Okay.
And then it didn't happen. And while I was reading it, I really liked it.
Okay.
It is a contender for a favorite chapter.
Interesting.
Mostly because it is unpredictable. And that's my favorite kind of chapter where I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen next? But then when I'm disappointed by what happens next, that sucks.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I guess it would be nice if Galina doesn't actually get away. Like, she thinks she hasn't left yet. This is kind of like Alejandra smiling. It's escape day.
Yeah, but I mean, Galina is like really, she's like...
Galina's close.
Way closer
but
than...
we still need to get through, like, even, like, Perrin's...
Well, they're coming from the west, and she can just go, like, another direction. She's not going to go through Perrin's army. Like, obviously, she's not going to ride towards the fog where his army is coming from. But what I do like is that we are literally on the brink of the battle here.
Okay, it better be.
This is it. This is go time. So, there's not a lot of chapters left in this book either.
No, and you're still making me go one at a time, so...
Yeah, a little bit longer.
Okay. All right, well, before you go and follow someone you don't really trust into a creepy basement, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Well, that's the end of another fun episode. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. The Wheel Weaves is hosted, edited, and produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Fouts, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Charlie Haz, Adam, Marta Thier, Michelle Forbes, MKM, Antoine Benoit, Lawrence Bradley, Eric Reed, and KoD Ch, with music by Audionautics. Please be sure to check out our Patreon page if you are interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon-exclusive merchandise as a thank you, plus you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And at the time of recording, we have over 45 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. All that and more can be found at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and information like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, be sure to give us that 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us because of algorithms and all that fancy stuff. And be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the very best compliment you can give us. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.